So yeah, we've had a little bit of a break since that draw against Bracknell, the midweek game. We had no game last Saturday, so it's just meant that we've had a bit of extra time to embed a few changes that we wanted to make with regards to the system and make sure that all the players understand the jobs and roles and how we want it to work. Not really looking to do stretch too far away from where we've been so far. We don't think that we're a million miles away, but we clearly wanted to try and make some tweaks and improvements to make sure we're a little bit tighter defensively, but also at the same time not compromising our ability to try and go and score some goals. So since then, there's been a little bit of, I guess, probably since the last update, been a little bit of player movement. So Geordie Abanda's gone on the dual reg to Southall. Toby Raggett's gone dual reg to Badshot Lee. Dante Whitaker dual reg to Rayners Lane, and that's just really to get the players some match time. We've had people returning from injuries, the squad sort of picking up again in terms of numbers with regards to bodies, etc. So we just need to try and make sure that people are sort of ticking over. So as and when their opportunities present themselves for them to get into the team, they're in the best position to try and make it a successful period for them. So that's what we've done. We've also unfortunately picked up an injury with Louis Rogers suffering a knee injury. The early prognosis looks like he's going to be out for somewhere between 8 to 10 weeks. So, be a big blow for us. But, we know Louis is an individual, very strong and resilient mentally. So he will, be working hard on the rehab to try and get back as soon as possible. And, clearly we'll be trying to help him to do that so that we can get him back on the pitch as quickly as we can. Aaron Watkins is close to a return. He's trained, looked good in training. We just need to make sure there's no sort of repercussions or after effects of training, but he's very, very close to a return. And also we feel that Stefan Brown's quite close as well. So we're going to try and get him through some minutes, potentially with the reserve team first. And, providing there's no sort of reactions after that, then I think we'll be in a position to try and get him back on the pitch for the first team. So, clearly that's a good piece of news for us, and so looking forward to him, like I said, just stepping up his return and getting ready to try and help the team. We've also made a couple of sort of changes. We've been able to bring Josh Bourne back to the club. So Josh Bourne is a player who was instrumental in terms of the progress we made over the last couple of years, culminating in the promotion. He went during the close season to Bedford Town, and we've been fortunate enough to be able to bring him back to the club. So looking forward to getting Josh back and involved. All things being equal, his paperwork and registration going through, then he should be available for selection from this weekend away to Taunton. Also, we've got Harvey Mordner, who we signed from following his release from Reading and him having a trial at a couple of professional clubs. We've just given him a bit of extra time to get himself up to speed and get his fitness levels right. He's looked sharp in training and he looks like he's ready to kind of come in and help the team. So again, he's in the mix for the game against Taunton as well. And from that Bracknell game, we should also see Alex Salmon return and be available for selection against Taunton. So we feel as though we're in a good place squad wise. A number of the injured bodies getting very, very close to returning on the pitch or ultimately being able to return against Taunton. And we're looking forward to that game. They've had a great result last week in the Cup, coming back from 2 goals down to beat Poole away. So, we had a look at them. We've tried to do a bit of work on them. Again, a very efficient team, some players that have played together for a while, some very, very strong attributes to their side, but there's also some opportunities where we think we can, hurt them and get them on the back foot. And that's what we're going to have to look to do tomorrow. It's a tough place to go. I think they're fairly well supported. And, for us, from our end, all we're going to do is go there, try and implement some of the changes that we've made. And we believe that if we do that, then we give ourselves a great opportunity to pick up 3 points. So that's what we're going to look to do. And hopefully we see as many of you there as possible.